Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, April the 10th, presented by Mercury. We're going to spend some time today talking about Neely, Henry, and Weiss Lake from information from Lee Pitts and some of our pro staff around here. We're going to hit Logan Martin and Lay Lake with Justin Elliott. And then we're going to we're going to catch up with Tom Ott up there at Lake Guntersville. So stay tuned, and maybe we can help you catch a few more fish on your favorite body of water. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, April the 10th, presented by Mercury. Hey, we're going to head on down to our pro staffer, Justin Elliott, down there on the bottom end of the Coosa River. Well, close to the bottom end. Logan Martin and Lay Lake. Justin, tell us what's going on down in your neck of the woods these days.
Well, we'll start with Logan because I spent a lot more time there in the past couple of weeks than I had really anywhere else. Past few days I've gotten on a really good spook bite. Had a lot of fun catching some fish on a spook. Kind of secondary point stuff, seawalls, back in pockets, stuff like that. They've all got spots, but they sure do pull good.
So you're talking pre-spawn fish that have not gone on the beds yet, and you're able to get them on top water. What's the water temperature like down there where you're doing this?
64, 65-ish. It's
Wow.
warming up every day. It's coming up more and more every day.
Does the wind or the sun, any kind of conditions help that bite any?
I'm really catching them once the sun gets up and the shade gets behind, the seawalls and stuff start casting that shadow off the edge. I'm really catching them in that, 2 to 3 foot shadow line off the seawalls, paralleling those seawalls and stuff like that. And it's been fun. I mean, had some come up and blow my spook all the way up on top of the seawalls.
Wow. What other bites are you playing with there? Of course, you don't want to leave a topwater bite when it's going, but what other kind of bites are working?
Still getting some spinnerbait bites. And, I think that swim jig bite's not far along. If they bring the water all the way up, I think we'd have a swim jig bite coming along pretty quick.
What about Lay Lake? What do they want to do if they're going to lay?
Lay's still the same kind of thing. Those fish are pushing up, getting shallow. Lay's waters have been higher than Logan. Still catching them. A little bit of top water, spinnerbait. I've got a few swim jig bites down there. I haven't been there in about a week, but the swim jig thing is probably about to light up at Lay pretty good.
Yeah, and it seems like around here the spawn really relies upon the water level coming up, and that's when that's going to start turning on here at the next full moon. Well, Justin,
Yep.
We know that you're out there having a little bit of fun running that boat around, and we appreciate the time that you get to spend with us.
Anytime, Dano.
Keep us updated. We always want to know what you're doing.
Brother. Y'all be safe, and y'all be safe in the weather tomorrow.
Yep, talk to you soon. Well, thank you, Justin. Hey, folks, don't forget Bucks Island Fish Fest, May 1st, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Food, fun, prizes, pro seminars, kayak, crappie, bass fishing. Learn to fish, have fun, fellowship with people from the area. Stay tuned and check in with our Facebook page as details begin to emerge. We'll spread it there. Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, April the 10th, presented by Mercury. We're going to head on up to that big Tennessee River impoundment, that big jewel in the sky, Lake Guntersville. We're going to head up with Tom Ott. Tom, what have you and St. Jennifer been up to? I know you've been fishing around a little bit, but I also know you can't stay off of Guntersville. So tell me what's going on the big lake.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, we're finally getting a little bit of stability. And then Mother Nature wants to throw a little bit more, another inch of rain at us this week. But, what the heck? It's spring. I mean, the fish don't care, right?
They don't have anything.
They're enjoying that warm weather just like we are as fishermen, I think. But, no, I tell you what, Dano, I mean, things are really starting to pick up even for an April on Guntersville. We did have a wave of fish come through in March and start to spawn. But, I mean, you pick up those stick baits right now, creature baits. I'm still catching a few on some smaller traps, 1/4 ounce traps, that kind of deal. A good, don't ever forget your old black and blue jig, I like to throw around a little 1/4 ounce black and blue jig around the, around the shoreline there. And I'm telling you, that once you get on some fish, once you get around them, that you start picking up quite a few. But you can go through some sections. I mean, really what we're looking for is hard bottom, looking for clay, looking for sand, a little bit of rock, some shell, just up on those banks in that shallower water. So, it's really just put the trolling motor down and go, but they're there for sure. It's the time.
Yeah, it's the time of the year that you want to fish fast, slowly. You want to cover as much water as you can, but those presentations need to fall slowly in front of them because they need a little time to respond to it. Okay, let's turn real quick to the crappie bite. What have you been seeing from them crappie boats out there? Because I know they're probably on the snap too.
Well, right now, everybody's throwing out those spider rigs and doing a little bit of trolling up in the shallower water. They're definitely getting up in that 3-4 foot range, and they're starting to do their thing or finishing up their thing, I guess, as the case may be. But crabs are coming out. Either throwing minnows, jigs, and even some small crankbaits are catching some crappie right now.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I know that those people like to throw some fish sandwiches together and fill them live wells up. So, Tom, as always, man, we appreciate everything, and we look forward to hearing from you every week. And we know you're going to get out there and you're going to spank them a little bit. We appreciate everything.
All right, Dano, I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
You too. We'll talk to you soon. Good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, April the 10th, presented by Mercury. Hey, we're going to touch bases on Weiss Lake and Neely Henry just a little bit. We caught up with Lee Pitts, who lives up at Weiss Lake, up in that area. He's the crappie king of Weiss Lake. Lee said that the Weiss Lake bite has been a little funky because of the water conditions. Now, a week ago, it was flooded over the banks. Houses were, poles were under the water, docks were under the water, and the fish had moved up with that. Little tough to catch them in all that mud. Well, now it's the reverse. They're just now starting to get to full pull, but that water has fallen. The crappie bite has been tough as a result. No real crappie bite to discuss. Small fish on bass bites. Again, falling water makes the bass get a little funky. So the fish have been in little eddy spots and things, so you might be able to catch a few on some lipless baits, maybe some bladed jigs like a jackhammer, some of those kinds of things. He has been fishing crappie on Neely Henry and doing really well, long lining off of deeper docks that have some brush on them. Chartreuse and Blue, Bobby Garland, long lining those with some clients, has put some stuff together for them. And then the bass bite, we were able to get out on over the weekend and last weekend and put about 14 pounds in the boat ourselves. Spinnerbaits in shallow water, maybe some steeper walls for suspended spotted bass produced. And we were able to get a few bites pitch and shallow with creature baits and things like that around cover. But again, the water on the lower end of the lake is low. The upper end is a little bit more difficult because it's kind of flooded and the fish have a lot more places to go, but isolated targets are going to be key. You can catch some on moving baits, but you just got to be tight to the cover, and with the water being dirty, the fish are going to be in those eddy spots around those kinds of things. But you can catch a few fish. You just have to move a little bit and make sure that everything is getting put in front of the fish. And then don't forget, folks, May 1st, we've got our Bucks Island Fish Fest coming to town. We've got pro anglers, our local pro staffers, Matt Herron, Scott Canterbury, Wes Logan, Brian Latimer's going to be here. We found out that Brandon Polinick is going to be here. So we're going to have food, fun, raffle prizes, discounts, vendors, all kinds of things. So make sure to put April or May 1st on your calendar. Fish Fest is going to be a big deal. Lots of people, lots of fun, prizes and everything. So it's worth spending your day. 9 to 4 is what the event will go. We'll have seminars and demonstrations. But thanks for tuning in this week. We will talk to you soon on the Bucks Island Area Fishing Report presented by Mercury. Well, that'll do it for our Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, April the 10th, presented by Mercury. Thanks to the guys for sharing their information to be able to help you catch a few more fish on your favorite body of water. Don't forget, May 1st, Fish Fest right here at Bucks Island. Vendors, raffle prizes, food, pros doing seminars, crappie, kayak, bass, all those things. We're going to have our local pro staffers, Matt Herron, Scott Canterbury, Wes Logan, Brian Latimer, John Cox, NPFL fisherman, local guys, Tracy Robinson, Gentry Gordy, and we got a couple more that were in the works, and we'll be able to notify you of those later. But it's going to be a great time. Don't forget to join us for that. And then anytime we're notifying anybody of anything, we're going to do it through our social media channels primarily. Don't forget to subscribe to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. That way you'll be alerted when things go live, whether it's our Fish Fest announcements, whether it's fishing reports, or just new tackle or stuff here at the dealership. Thanks for spending some time with us.